What if Earth had rings? Imagine looking up and seeing a shimmering arc stretching across the sky. Instead of just stars and the moon, a massive band of ice and rock would dominate our view, casting moving shadows by day and glowing softly at night. This isn't just science fiction, it's a real possibility from Earth's distant past. Our planet's history is filled with cosmic violence and transformation. The idea that Earth once had rings like Saturn changes how we see our world. To understand this lost chapter, we must travel back to when the solar system was young and chaotic. The journey begins with a question: where did our moon come from? The leading theory is a catastrophic collision that nearly destroyed Earth, launching debris into orbit. For a time, this debris formed a spectacular ring system. Though temporary, these rings were the critical step that led to the moon's creation. Let's explore the evidence for this incredible past. We'll look at the birth of our planet, the violent impact that reshaped it, and the beautiful, fleeting rings that once graced our skies. And we'll imagine how those rings would change our lives if they were still here today. The story of Earth's lost rings reminds us that our planet still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was a hot, molten ball in a chaotic solar system. The early solar system was a cosmic construction zone, filled with asteroids, comets, and protoplanets colliding constantly. Earth was bombarded by space debris, growing larger with each impact. This process, called accretion, built our planet from countless collisions. Imagine building a snowman but with rock and metal. Earth swept up everything in its path. Eventually, Earth became large enough to hold an atmosphere and develop a stable environment. But its biggest test was yet to come. Among the many objects was another protoplanet, Theia. Theia was about the size of Mars, sharing a similar orbit with Earth. Their gravitational dance was destined to end in a spectacular, world-altering crash. This single event would set the stage for the next chapter in Earth's history. The collision with Theia would change everything. It would create the conditions for Earth's rings, and eventually, our moon. The calm blue planet we know was forged in cosmic chaos. Theia's approach marked the beginning of Earth's most dramatic transformation. The impact was inevitable. Theia, moving at incredible speed, struck the young Earth in a glancing blow. The energy released was beyond comprehension, trillions of times more powerful than all nuclear weapons combined. Theia was obliterated, its core and mantle torn apart. Earth survived, but was profoundly changed. A huge portion of its mantle was blasted into space. The collision tilted Earth's axis, giving us seasons, and likely sped up its rotation. This giant impact theory is supported by strong evidence. Moon rocks brought back by Apollo missions are nearly identical to Earth's mantle, but lack iron found in Earth's core. This suggests the moon formed from the debris of Earth's outer layers and Theia's remains. The impact created a massive glowing cloud of vaporized rock and dust held captive by Earth's gravity. This cloud was the raw material for what would come next. The aftermath of the collision set the stage for a stunning new feature in Earth's sky. The chaos of the impact was just the beginning. The debris would soon transform into something extraordinary. Earth was about to wear a crown of rings. The story of our moon began with this violent event. The sky would never be the same. After the impact, Earth was surrounded by a chaotic, superheated cloud of debris. This wasn't a neat ring yet, just a swirling, glowing band of molten rock and vapor. As the cloud cooled, rock condensed into particles, from dust grains to boulders. Over time, these particles settled into a flat disc-like structure around Earth's equator. Collisions between particles flattened the ring, much like Saturn's thin rings today. The result? A magnificent, dense ring system made of solid rock. For a few million years, Earth was a ringed planet. The view from the surface would have been breathtaking. Vast shadows by day, brilliant colors at dawn and dusk, and a glowing arc at night. This temporary crown was forged from cosmic destruction. The rings were a fleeting spectacle, but their legacy would last forever. Earth's necklace of debris was a sign of its violent origins. Soon, these rings would give birth to something even more enduring. The ring of rock orbiting Earth was never meant to last. Gravity, the force that held it together, also pulled it apart. Within the ring, particles collided and began to stick together, a process called accretion. Over thousands of years, clumps grew larger, with one gaining a gravitational advantage. This proto-moon swept up debris, growing bigger and dominating the ring. Some models suggest several mini-moons formed first, merging over millions of years. Eventually, one large body remained, our moon. It consumed almost all the ring material, clearing the space around Earth. Initially, the moon was much closer to Earth, appearing huge in the sky and still molten from its violent birth. The rings were gone, but not lost. They had become the moon. The beautiful, temporary rings were reborn as a permanent companion. The moon's creation was the final act of Earth's ringed era. Our night sky would never be the same. The legacy of the rings lives on in the moon above us. Could Earth ever have rings again? Surprisingly, yes. One possibility is artificial. A catastrophic collision in our crowded satellite orbits could create a thin, man-made ring of debris. Another more dramatic scenario involves the Roche limit. If a moon or large object came too close, Earth's gravity could tear it apart, forming new rings. While the moon is moving away, not toward us, a captured asteroid could meet this fate in the distant future. Such events are rare, but not impossible. The universe is dynamic, and Earth's sky could change again. Our planet's face is not fixed forever. The story of rings may not be over. Imagine if Earth's rings never formed the moon and still circled our planet today. The rings would dominate the sky, an ever-present arc changing with your latitude and the seasons. Daylight would be interrupted by immense moving shadows, altering climate and ecosystems. Plants and animals would adapt to daily periods of darkness. At night, the rings would reflect sunlight, bathing the world in a bright silvery glow. Human culture would be shaped by this spectacle. Myths, religions, and art inspired by the celestial arcs. The rings might be seen as a bridge to the heavens or a cosmic river. Astronomers would obsess over them, making the rings the focus of early science. The rings would provide a nearby laboratory for studying planetary dynamics. But their brightness would make deep space astronomy much harder. We'd know more about our own sky, but less about the universe beyond. The rings would be both a wonder and a barrier. Our relationship with the cosmos would be forever changed. If Earth had rings, our culture and science would be transformed. Art, music, and literature would be inspired by the ever-changing celestial necklace. Religions might see the rings as divine protection or a cosmic serpent. Calendars could be based on the shifting shadows and tilt of the rings. The rings would be woven into our stories and beliefs. Scientifically, they'd drive early discoveries in gravity and orbital mechanics. Newton might have studied the rings instead of a falling apple. But space exploration would be dangerous. Rockets would have to navigate a field of debris. Missions to the moon or Mars would be far riskier. We'd understand planetary rings deeply, but be trapped by our own glittering cage. The rings would unite humanity in wonder, but limit our reach for the stars. Today, Earth's sky is ringless, but the legacy remains. The moon is the ghost of that ancient ring, the final remnant of cosmic violence. The moon's gravity stabilizes Earth's tilt, giving us a stable climate for life to flourish. It creates tides, shaping the evolution of life from sea to land. The moon's presence is a direct result of the ring's disappearance. Our planet sacrificed its celestial crown for a partner that made life possible. The moon is a constant reminder of Earth's dynamic history. The story of Earth's lost rings is a tale of destruction, creation, and the birth of our world as we know it.